Hey everybody, it's Glidercat. Time to play some more Logistical 3 Earth. Let's pick up where we left off. I think we were kind of exploring this island, just going through the different cities, trying to find wood, trying to find whatever resources the island provides. And then ultimately, we're going to want to unlock these airport here. And I believe there's a port town where is it? Let's see here, this big anchor. This dock of Martinique as well. And that's going to allow us to transport resources and maybe move our trucks and things off to other lands and unlock more towns and all that good stuff. Last episode, I kind of neglected the contracts window here over on the left. We can take a look at that. I think I mentioned in the first episode. I think let's see if I can get this guy back. Yeah, I've kind of moved him almost off of the screen. I think I did that one time before, and it was hard to get that back. So anyway, just be careful with that. So yeah, let's get back to looking at the contracts. You can pay attention to these as closely as you want. You can wait till you kind of get stuck and you've explored everything you want to do on the island on your own, and then maybe you get stuck, and sometimes these contracts will help you figure out where you're stuck. But I'm going to close that one. And let's take it from the top here and look at these ones that have the little blue circle with the eye. These are the ones we haven't completed yet. Let's just walk through these. Okay, reward, dump truck. Oh, we could have got a free dump truck. We bought one, but we can get another one. Well, we always need more trucks. It says, get a truck in New Zealand. Complete St. Luce, Martinique. So let's see if it's giving us an arrow. A lot of times these tutorials will give us an arrow telling us where we need to go. There it is right at the top of the screen if you see it. It's just right up there. Okay. And now it's pointing lower. I'm going to zoom out and see if I can figure out what it's telling us to do. I see a blue arrow. Okay, here's St. Luce. And it's saying if we can provide alcohol, by completing the St. Luce, we'll get a free dump truck. That's not a bad deal. They need a minimum of 6.53 alcohol. The population is 9.196. That's not too bad. And if I use the existing dump truck we've got, if he can bring 10 tons over in one shot, they won't have time to consume it because we'll just be making a single trip. So let's grab our dump truck, make him the primary vehicle, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. And I'm going to select alcohol because I think it's the top of the map. We've only got 6.4 up there, and we need 7.26. So that is not going to work. Let's go zoom into this town and see how we can get more alcohol going. We got to provide sugar, and then we'll be good. So we've got our dump truck selected. Let's have him bring sugar. Let's see how much sugar we have. We've only got 7.6 sugar. So here you go. We're seeing like a key dynamic of the game here while we try and solve this puzzle. We want the free dump truck. We've got to supply a town with some alcohol to do it. The alcohol we don't have enough in inventory. So we got to go get sugar, and the sugar that we need, we don't have enough in inventory probably to do it. We might, but let's just go look at the sugar. And that needs the sugar cane. We sent a truck over here to deliver sugar cane. Let's see if this is actually consuming resource. Now it's showing it's in the red, and I'm just looking at the 1.1 here. There's no population, so we should be good. And let's just see if we can assign one of our empty trucks here to go fill up the sugar cane. I'm not sure why that didn't complete before. I may have accidentally reassigned that truck. I think I did. I think when we had the limestone in the last episode, I accidentally assigned this truck to go do something else. So let's have him go bring some sugar cane over, and we're hoping that unlocks this. So he's got to bring 1 more ton. And if it does, we can bring a whole bunch of sugar cane. In fact, I might take my dump truck and get him ready to bring more sugar cane over. All right. So it does not look like it's locked. Okay. So it's going to want us to unlock this entire town before we can produce more sugar out of the sugar cane. So that's a bummer, but we know where all these resources are. We have all this stuff. So let's go ahead and have our pickup trucks start delivering these things and unlocking this town. There's no population, so we're not going to run into an issue of having to rush this. But I'm just going to grab a different pickup truck for each resource that's needed. Move down to the next one. And I think we had bananas, right? Do we have bananas? 9.6. All right. If we look at bananas, while we're waiting, why don't we have our dump truck go bring some fertilizer over here to the banana plant? And then we have all the trucks working. So while they're doing that, let's get back to the list of contracts. We'll come back to that one. Okay, industry. Oops, let's see here. Industry upgrades. Reward $1,000. Upgrade industries to allow for more input, more output, and faster throughput. So yeah, we talked about that. As these little white overlays clear, then it'll show you the resource you need to do the upgrades. I think we saw here for our sugarcane town, we need to provide steel. So let's see. Use the industry to gain experience, and then deliver the upgrade material to upgrade the industry. Complete this town to complete the contract. So let's see where they're pointing. I've got this contract selected, so they're giving me a little blue arrow. They want me to complete St. Francis. The upgrade, I need to provide steel. And let's see, was there another? I thought I saw another arrow. Maybe not. But let's see if we can find steel. I don't think there is steel on, at least we haven't discovered steel on this island yet. So that's a contract we cannot do yet. We got to go find steel. Let's move on to the next one here. Martinique shipping. Unlock roadworks is the reward. Okay, roadworks we haven't discussed yet. And roadworks is a little tricky. It's a little tricky. It's been a long time since I've done it. But what we haven't seen yet in the game is there's roads that are kind of a different capacities. So as we get big trucks, there's some really big trucks we can get. They may not be able to travel on all roads, but you're able to upgrade roads by providing resources. So this says reward unlock roadworks. Okay, shipping to the dock at Martinique is closed. To open the shipping lanes, complete the town, and they will modify the resource requirement needed to allow shipping. So let's see. This may not have to do with the upgrading roads that I was thinking it is. So maybe we come back to that. Oh, here's the upgrade roads button. Let's just take a look at this since I brought it up. So if I click up here where it says upgrade roads, or let's read it first, turn on off the upgrade roads mode. This allows upgraded roads for larger trucks and faster speed. Mouse over the map to highlight the road, click the road to upgrade, or cancel upgrade. Mouse over help to see road types. So let's go ahead and just click this mode real quick and see what happens if it's enabled. So here, yeah, it's a little tricky. But if we look, as I mouse over these things, it's showing me the resource that's needed to upgrade this road. I'm not familiar with that one. This one I think is asphalt. This one is maybe telling us it can't be upgraded. But as I mouse over these, like this one, I think that's steel, we could upgrade the capacity of these roads. So we'll get to that in another episode. We don't need to do that. I did have one bug when I was playing Logistical 2, when I did upgrading roads, and that kind of turned me off to it, to be honest. So I haven't done a lot. But when you upgrade a road, I think there's even possibly two sides of the road. See how based on how I hover here, I have either steel or I have this asphalt. So maybe either side of the road has to be upgraded, and they both take a different resource. And as I recall, if you upgrade a road, that road, you cannot travel on it. And I think they put in like a service lane or something happens that's really slow to travel on while we're doing the construction. And the construction is just like the road work. We're just going to supply the steel. Like this one, I think we would supply 28 tons of steel to this road if we chose to upgrade it. And then eventually it would be able to take heavier heavier trucks on it. So we're not going to get into that just yet. Let's go see which town they wanted us to complete here. Or let's go back to Martinique. Here's the one we were reading. And it's talking about open the shipping lanes, complete the town, and they will modify the resource requirement. So if we go to Fort de France, Martinique, and I think we've already seen this, right? I think. Let's just see where that arrow is pointing to. Okay, it's saying unlock this town. Now they need 71 tons of alcohol, 90,000 population. So we need to beef up our alcohol production before we can attempt this one. And then it says the reward is that it's going to unlock the roadworks. It's talking about the shipping lanes. It's talking about the dock. So I think that may be the thing that unlocks these two guys and tells us what they are, or at least allows us to provide the resource. We first have to complete this town by providing an alcohol. All right. So this is a town we just completed here. We got a super booster for our number 3 truck. So that's cool. And as we've been doing these jobs, you can see these guys have been accumulating boosts. So our number 1 truck has a 4-time booster, speeds up the travel on an empty vehicle. This guy has a power boost and a loader boost. So the power boost speeds up the truck when it's full, and loader is just speeding up the loading and unloading. And then this guy's got 2 times power regular boost when it's empty. And our dump truck doesn't have any bonuses yet. So let's double back to our contracts. We'll go back up to the top again. Complete St. Louis, Martinique. That's this guy, right? We wanted the alcohol. Then we wanted the sugar. So let's follow that path one more time. We need 7.26 alcohol. And we have 6.4. And if we come up to here, let's see, is it this guy? Yeah, this guy needed sugar. And we can bring up to 15 tons. Our dump truck is a little busy. And then our sugar mill, what did we do here down here? Did we unlock this town? Yeah, we did. We unlocked the town. So now we can provide sugar cane to our sugar mill. And maybe our dump truck here, why don't we have him stop what he's doing after this next trip? We just had him delivering some fertilizer over here. Where was that? To our banana plant. And you can see it's letting me supply a little bit of extra fertilizer. See how it's allowing me to overstock the input? I think it lets you do that to a point. You can't totally fill that up or over. You can't go too far over, I don't believe. Oh, and here's one we can upgrade pretty easy. It just takes 12 tons of sand. But we will do that a little bit later. Or we can set a truck to do that just in the background. Why don't we take a truck, one of our pickup trucks, and just have him do sand in the background while we're looking at other things. And we wanted to get this pickup truck or this dump truck, I think, to deliver sugarcane over to the sugar mill. Is that right? Yeah. So we've got our dump truck selected. Let's go ahead and fetch some sugarcane. Early on, we provided this guy with a bunch of fertilizer, so he's going to keep producing sugarcane. So we're good there. And then once we get the sugarcane here down to our mill, we'll have this sugar get stocked up, and then we can go bring more sugar to the alcohol place. In fact, we can take some of our other trucks that are sitting and have them get started on delivering the sugar. There's our distillery. Let's go ahead and have him do that. We'll grab another idle truck here and have him start delivering sugar as well. And that'll get us more alcohol. And once we do this, once we complete St. Louis, Martinique, we get a free dump truck. That's not a bad deal. So you can see we're starting to produce more alcohol as we provide the sugar. And it's not a one-to-one. A lot of times the input, so 15 tons of sugar will often produce more than 15 tons of whatever the product here is. So in this case, it's alcohol. And to complete complete St. Louis, we need 7.26 alcohol. We've got our dump truck providing sugarcane. We'll have him do maybe one more trip, and then we'll have him go bring the alcohol down to St. Louis, and we'll have our free dump truck. Not too bad. Let's see what we got else here. We saw that one. We saw that one. Okay, this one's called Discovery. Mouse over your truck on the map until it pops up. You can then drag your truck around the map to explore. Red rings highlight the end of explored roads. You can drag your truck to them. Explore the south and find the gravel pit. Drag your truck to the light blue arrow. Okay. Towns and businesses with a green glow indicate they have an industry. Okay. Your reward will be game speed up. This will speed up your entire game and can be controlled by the speed button that will appear top left of screen. Awesome. So this is the thing we were asking about, or I was thinking about a little bit earlier. I'm not sure if it was this episode or the previous one, where we can actually speed up the game, but you kind of have to earn the privilege to do it. And there's multiple levels, and you have to earn each one of those levels. So this one looks like it's going to allow us our first speed up. We've got this selected. Let's find out let's look for our little arrow here that's telling us where we need to go. Drag your truck with a light blue arrow. I don't see it yet. Where is it? Maybe they want me to have a truck selected. Everybody's doing stuff right now. Let me stop one of these trucks. And then we'll see if once I have a truck selected, do I get the blue arrow on this? I don't see it. You guys probably do. But I said explore the south and find the gravel pit. Hopefully it's the south of this island. We have not done that one yet, right? Discovery. Looks like it's not done yet. And there's usually an arrow here for us. All right, our truck is done. Let's see. What does he want us to do? Let's grab him and just look. Or did we already do this? This sounds really familiar. Did we already do this? Okay, and they talked about red circles showing the end of the roads. I don't see those. I kind of am familiar with those from the previous game, but I don't see any red circles telling us, hey, here's an endpoint that you haven't discovered yet. Okay, there's one right there. If you look here, we got a little red circle down here, which is letting us know that there's something here we haven't explored. We haven't come this way. I'm going to send my pickup down there and let's just see. Maybe there's a gravel pit down here. That's not the truck we sent. There's another one coming. So we'll see what happens when he gets down there. I have a feeling we're going to unlock a gravel pit. Of course, I sent probably our slowest truck. He's only got a loading bonus, so no speed bonus when he's empty. So here he comes. And all right. I don't see it. We didn't discover it yet. Whatever we were supposed to discover, we didn't discover yet. Let's grab him again and look for any more red arrows. There, it's showing a red arrow there. I mean, a red circle. I'm sorry. Let's see. Okay, I don't see anything. Let's see what it says. Still says we're not there yet. Let's see. Explore the south. I just don't see any more little red arrows. Let's go to some of the sites here and just see if more road opens up when we go to them. I don't see any new places here. Sometimes that's a thing. Once you go somewhere, new paths will open up, but I don't see that yet. Let's come way down here to this guy. Again, it looks like this one is not giving us a hint. It says drag your truck to the light blue arrow. Weary. Do we see a town called Weary? That's House of Bagnard. Carry driving. I'm just looking for a Weary, assuming that's a town name. Right? Drag your truck to the light blue arrow. Weary. That's the clay pit. Close. Just looking for Weary here. Yeah, I don't see it. I mean, I see this. So one thing, when I've got a truck selected, I'll show you another part of the GUI I just noticed. So I've got truck 2 selected, and if I scroll the map when that truck's out of view, it's going to put an arrow down here pointing me at where that truck is. So if I want to get to that truck on the map, I can do it. See, I'll drag it. See that green arrow? That's showing me where that truck is. I'm not sure what that other one is, what that other arrow is. All right. We've upgraded that industry. Let's go get our free dump truck. So we'll pick the dump truck. We'll grab the alcohol. We've got plenty up there now. We'll go fetch it. This guy will make one trip. We'll complete that and get our free dump truck. And again, I'm just not sure where this guy is. Explore the south and find the gravel pit. We've kind of been all the way down through here. I don't see a gravel pit. This guy needs a little more fish. We could take one of our idle trucks right now and finish that guy off. Weary. Looking for a town called Weary. Just don't see it. So we're not getting a good hint on that one. So maybe that's when we come back to. Yeah, we may need to come back to that particular contract. There are a few I know in the past where I have just been really puzzled trying to find out where they want me to go. So this one definitely doesn't have an arrow. And then later on in the game, we'll discover where this town is, Weary, and it'll be like, oh yeah, that wasn't so bad. But for now, we can just move on to another one. There's always more things to do. Let's look at this one. Truck floaties. Your trucks will be able to transport goods along the water without having to wait for the next ship by having floaties installed onto it. All right. We just completed got interrupted there. We just completed St. Louis. We got a brand new truck added to our truck list here. Not too shabby. It's got 300,000 miles on it. So it's not a new truck, but they didn't promise us a new one. And we got $9,000 for completing that contract and a boost for our dump truck. Nice. So let's go back to that one we were looking at. Truck floaties. Okay. Trucks will be able to transport goods along the water without having to wait for the next ship by having floaties installed onto it. These can be bought in the truck depot in Auckland. Just drive your truck up to the truck depot and buy the gizmo. And it says buy floaties for a truck. Don't want to upgrade your trucks with floaties? You can also upgrade the routes with a road instead, but this can be very expensive in resources. Very, very expensive in resources. If you prefer that option, press B and hover over the ferry route to find out the cost. The first build will accommodate 1-ton trucks. You will need to build a second time for 20-ton trucks and a third time for 40-ton trucks. Brace yourself for a lot of resource hauling. So I don't think we can do that yet. We can buy the floaties. Okay, let's see what B is. Is that the upgrades mode, road mode? Yeah. So let's look down here at the port where we've got some water routes. And if I click B, we're just going to experiment here. I haven't seen this. So I'm in the upgrade mode, roads mode now. And I'm trying to hover over these two C routes, and I don't see anything for us to upgrade there. So I'm going to get out of upgrade mode. And I read something in the Steam forums about there are routes that are like, they're supposed to be white. Maybe is that what we're saying here? These don't look white. So let's do this. Okay, let's see here. We've got this line coming down here, which I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that is a route. Let's see. If we take the upgrade roads and we hover over these lines, do we get anything? I get some of it, but it just says, not, it just has a red X, which seems to imply there's nothing I can really do to that. Not sure what that is. Not sure what that is. I may have to do some Googling. But I do notice that there's little anchor signs at the end of each of these. Let's see here. All right. Well, we'll come back to that too. Let's go take a truck over and see if we can get floaties installed. It's kind of funny. I call it floaties. Let's do that. Let's grab our number 1 truck. How's that? And we'll bring him to the depot. Now I think this told us where to go. These can be bought in a truck depot in Auckland. So just drive your truck up to the truck depot and buy the gizmo. Well, I've only got one truck depot and it's not Auckland. It's this thing. Let's take a truck over there just for the heck of it and see if there's anything that we can do there. So we'll send our fast truck down. And let's see if we can do this. Just drive your truck over to the truck depot and buy the gizmo. So we're at the depot. Here, okay, here's 1 ton new gizmo multi-nav, $1 million. So that looks like a forklift. Maybe that's implying they're going to outfit the truck with something. It does say buy the gizmo. So that looks like that costs $1 million. But that would allow our trucks, or a truck, to travel on the water, I believe. So yeah, I may have to do some research offline on that. Let's see where we're at. We did solve one of our tasks here. We got the free truck. Complete the contract. Let's see, upgrade industry. Complete this town. Which one was that? We have to complete. This guy was steel. We said we couldn't find steel. At least not yet. Let's go take our fast truck up north here and just explore this last little part of the map that we haven't done yet. I don't think we've done much travel up here. Lorraine needs sugarcane. We can send an idle truck to do that while we're waiting. Boom. That guy needs flowers. This guy needs a ton of alcohol. It's almost 1,600 tons of alcohol. It must be a party town. They've only got 4,000 people. That's a lot of tons of alcohol per person. It's almost a ton of alcohol per person, or half ton. So that's a good place to visit, probably. Anyway, let's keep moving. Let's drive our truck to some of these places and just see if we discover anything. Sometimes now in Logistical 2, sometimes more roads would pop up. As you traveled around, more little roads would show up. But I'm not seeing that here. Just stopping at these little sites. And let's see here. Around here. Have we gone to all these places? We've collected flowers here. This guy needs fertilizer. We could take our new dump truck and go fetch some fertilizer. That's a long run. So where is he? Where is this guy here? Now I just clicked on him. Is he on a different island or something? Just going to follow this arrow off to the right. It's possible that that free truck they gave us was actually on a different part of the map. Well, it was. Check this out. All right, that free truck that we earned was actually in a whole nother part of the map. And here's where we can actually get our floaties, right? Auckland. So somewhere there's a depot around here. So they gave us a free truck, and that just opened up a whole lot of towns for us to explore. So in addition to Martinique. So it could be we need to, forge ahead here in this town and start, or in this country, and start unlocking towns and things. And maybe we can complete some of these contracts over here. So that's kind of cool. All right. Yeah, here's our depot. We're right there. We're at the depot, apparently. And let's see. Do we see the floaties? Okay, here we go. 1 ton gizmo. Truck floaties. $16,000. It says $2,000 per ton, 1 truck and depot. I'm not sure what that all means. $16,000 for the floaties. Okay, there's truck floaties, there's ocean floaties, and there's this multi-nav. So I'll have to read up what this is, what the multi-nav is. But this truck floaties was the one they wanted us to do. Could we put truck floaties on this guy? Let's just want to try it. We've got the cash. The truck is there. Let's just see what happens. We click that and we buy it. Did we just satisfy it? We did. So we satisfied that. I can't remember what that cost us, but we got a $10,000 reward for doing it. So now this truck has floaties. Is there a way to tell? Yeah, it's got an F on it. Underneath the description of the truck or the name of the truck, it's got an F, meaning it's got floaties. We can see that in the pop-up hint. And so in theory, this guy is going to be able to do something along the water. And I think I'm not sure. We'll have to see. We'll have to keep going. All right, I'll tell you what. I think I'm going to wrap up the tutorial series here. And we will start a Let's Play series right from this very same point. But it'll be, it'll have a different, that video will have a different description on it. But hopefully we've done enough in these first few episodes to get you a feel for what this game is all about. There are tons and tons and tons of towns. You can see we've just uncovered this little piece, and there's a ton of work to do here in this little piece. And we don't have a ton of work to do over in Martinique or whatever, but there's, this is a tiny place. And if we look at the map, it's huge. And as I understand it, there are, there's places all over here that we need to go into and discover and solve. So it's a long game, but it's something you can stop and pick up. And then you've seen me, change gears from one task to another without too much stress. As we get further along in the game, maybe if we get the Let's Play series going, you'll see this. It will get a little more challenging to complete some of the bigger towns. Like this one's easy. It's got hardly any resource. But we saw over here at the ports an example of one that's going to be a little more challenging. What was it? That one we did. The dock here is a really good example. It's got a high population, a bunch of resources we need to supply. And this is a case where you will want to actually oversupply. So you'll send your trucks to oversupply this quite a bit to keep up with the consumption while you're filling out all these other ones. And you'll have multiple trucks going on this. So that can be a little bit of a hurry. Again, I mentioned there's the Zen mode where I think it'll increase these quantities, but there won't be a timer. The population won't have any effect. So you can really take it easy if you want. But yeah, I enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun. It takes, like I said, a million times. It takes a little while to get into it, but once you're into it, it's just kind of relaxing. You get the satisfaction of kind of completing off these towns. And then if you're a completionist, you've got your work cut out for you on this one, because this game is huge. It's really, really big. But I enjoy it. I hope I've introduced you to a game that you may find interesting. Maybe you want to pick it up yourself. Again, you can try the Logistical 2. It's very similar. This Logistical 3, I believe, has some quality of life improvements and is a little more sophisticated, but you'll get a very good feel for the game if you download the free version of Logistical 2 right off of Steam and give it a try. Hopefully this tutorial helped to walk you through some of those initial basics. There's a pretty active and helpful Discord for Logistical, so you can look that up. And there's always the discussions on Steam too that'll answer your questions. So check out the community tab and discussions in Steam. Go ahead and post your questions there, and they can answer them. I'll probably be doing some of that as we move into the Let's Play or looking at those sites, because there's definitely things I've forgotten, particularly the road upgrades that we just kind of touched on today. There's also, I remember, there's a way to place pins, push pins on the map here. So you saw in today's episode how I was kind of jumping around between completing one town, and I had to wait until resources were supplied to another town. And so we jumped over into the contracts and started working on something else. Well, one thing I did when I was playing Logisticals 2 is I made use of these pins. Let's see if I can figure out how to do it again. Probably not. Is it click and drag? Let's see. Let me pick a town. So if I pick a town and then I click this push pin, see, now it's got a red pin on it. Now it's got a yellow pin and different colors, right? I can cycle through a few different colors of pins. And I think at any point I can just no, I can't right click. I got to cycle through them all apparently to undo them. But you can kind of color code the cities that you're working on, or that you're most interested in. So I think early on, I was color coding the towns that produce stuff. So this guy produces fertilizer and worms. So maybe I decided, hey, anybody that produces stuff, I'm going to put a yellow pin on that, because I want those to really stand out when I'm looking for resources. Or maybe I'm working on this guy. This is the current town I want to try and complete. And so I give that a red pin, just so that when I have a bunch of pins on here, it's like, okay, that's the one that I'm trying to complete. So if I get distracted or if I'm waiting on something, I always want to come back to this one so I can put a push pin on the map, and then that'll let me know to get back to that town and try and clear it. But there's a lot to this game. There's a lot of features. I'm sure there's a shortcut to unpin this thing faster than that. But anyway, yeah, let's wrap this up here. I appreciate you sticking with me through this short but involved tutorial series here on Logistical 3 Earth. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you would be interested in seeing a Let's Play on this and more content. I'm probably going to play this a little bit more now that I'm into it. I'll probably throw a few Let's Plays episodes together. But yeah, just interested in getting your thoughts. If you stuck with me this long, you've got an impression of this game. Very interested to see what you think of this, or hear what you think of this. And if it's like any other game you've played. To me, this is very, very different. It's it's kind of about completion. I played Transport Fever and games like that, and that's a little different. This is kind of about completion and solving puzzles and working through these different dependency chains. to unlock cities and complete them. Anyway, that's it for now. This is Glidercat signing off, saying thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.